I was arrested for a lot of weed and guns, but I'd had a spiritual awakening. I got arrested on my last drug deal. Inner voice said, "You're going to walk free." My friends thought I was crazy. They thought I was going to do time for the drugs and I was going to do federal time for the guns. I said, I'm not going to jail at all. So at one point, there was a motorcycle cop that they were interviewing. And they said, well, why did you go to Mr. Beckwith's house? And he says, well, we heard the informant told us there was going to be a drug deal going down, so we got a search warrant. We staked out his house. We saw the drugs being delivered. We came in and arrested him. None of that happened, but that's what they said. Anyway, the assistant attorney jumps up and says, oh, that's hearsay evidence. We invite the informant to come forth into court and identify the accused. And so the judge calls the attorneys together and says, please bring the informant to court within the next 3 days. Come back to court 3 days later, and the prosecutor says, the informant is afraid for his life. He won't come. And the judge says, Mr. Beckwith, I have no other recourse but to set you free. I hope I never see you in my courtroom again.
What year was that?
So it was in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I walked out of the courtroom. I went home, and I was crying, and I was standing in front of my house, and there was a weather vane on the neighbor's house pointing, you know how it points in the direction of the wind. And I said, God, if this means what I think it means regarding my destiny, I want that weather vane to point in my direction against the wind. I don't know why I had to test God again. And the weather vane, before I could finish, pointed right at me. And I started crying. I broke down, got on my knees, and just surrendered my life to the presence of God. I said, wow. I will be your instrument for the rest of my life.
That was